Good afternoon and welcome to Angel's Heaven. I'm taking a break from doing chores to talk a little bit about what it's like to live in a 100-year-old, I think it's 100 years old, maybe 75. Let's go with 75. Uh, RV park that used to be a KOA. Now, one of the things that cannot be denied is that the infrastructure of Park Delta Bay was made 75 years ago or whenever the KOA was built. The people that own it have spent the last 5 years replacing the electrical systems, repairing the water line, replacing the water line, replacing the all the components of the infrastructure, repairing them when they couldn't replace them. And I really have no complaints. The guys that work for the park work very diligently. They all live here. They all care about the place. But from time to time, the water goes out because there's a leak or because we're doing some maintenance or repair work. And that's the situation I find myself in today. The water is off right at this moment. I'm expecting it to come on any minute now, in which case I'll be able to take a shower, do 2 days worth of dishes, clean my floors, which I plan to do today. Since I'm waiting for that, I have a few minutes to talk about water. And one of the reasons I want to talk about water is, once again, I need to share with you how very grateful I am that I have a PrecisionTemp on-demand hot water heater. You might know that my tiny house was built by a carpenter in Kansas City, in the Kansas City area. He was not a tiny house builder, and I was really having kind of a difficult year, the year I had it built. So I wasn't as hands-on with the build as I should have been, or as in retrospect I would have been. And I talked to him about some of the infrastructure. I told him I wanted a composting toilet, although I ended up getting not the one that I wanted, but a different brand, which I don't really recommend. So, and I think I've done a video about this, but I got a place for my washer dryer combo unit, which I seem to be the only person on the planet that likes washer dryer combo units. Mine works great, knock wood, and I've had it for quite some time, and I really like it. I did not talk to him about what kind of heat I wanted, where to put the heat, or what kind of hot water I wanted. He put electric heat, which I would not have picked. I would have picked propane. And he put it, I'm pointing because he put it halfway up the stairs to the loft, which is very bizarre because warm air rises. As a consequence, my little bedroom loft is always 10 or 15 degrees warmer than the first floor where I spend most of my time. He also didn't talk to me about, excuse me, what brand of on-demand hot water heater I wanted. If he had done so, I would not have picked the cheapest brand on the market, which is apparently what he did. I guess he was trying to save me money. And about a year after I moved into my tiny house, I was taking a shower, and there was a tremendous noise, and the water got really hot and then cold. And that was the end of my hot water heater. At the time, Derek Campbell was living in the park. He and his wife, Kelly Campbell, lived in the park at the time. And Derek and Kelly built their tiny house, and he knew a lot about on-demand hot water heaters. He recommended PrecisionTemp, and he ordered it for me and installed it for me, and it has been amazing. The benefit of having an on-demand hot water heater is it's just that the hot water is on demand. You don't have to have a tank, which means I have more cupboard space because none of my cupboards have a hot water tank in them. And anytime I turn on the hot water tap, there it is, hot water, instant. it lasts as long as the propane lasts. There was one problem with my hot water heater, which had nothing to do with the hot water heater itself. It had everything to do with the fact that there was an uncharacteristic freeze and a power failure. And I turned on the hot water heater or hot water just as a power failure hit the area, the whole area. Ice was in the line. It came up. It hit the PrecisionTemp hot water heater and fried it, basically. I don't know exactly how that works. But and this happened this winter. So I've had it 3.5 years approximately, almost 4, and it was out of warranty. Nonetheless, I called them up and they, without charge to me, sent me the part, talked on the phone to my neighbor who's a plumber, walked him through the replacement of the damaged part, and it works great. I could not be happier with it. I've made a lot of changes in my house since I had it built, and that was definitely a change for the better. So I highly recommend it. PrecisionTemp on-demand hot water heater. If you can say that 5 times fast, you get a gold star. So I'm going to jump into doing the dishes and taking a shower as soon as the water comes back on. The hardworking men of the crew here at Park Delta Bay have been working on it since early this morning, and it's supposed to be restored between 1:30 and 2. So thanks for spending a few minutes of my tiny life with me, and I'll see you next time.